In this episode of Dolce Vita, spice up your meal with some Mexican flavors. Pamper your little bundle of joy with nutritious homemade food. Get one step closer to realizing your dream of becoming a baker. And visit a one-of-a-kind exhibition that promotes sustainability and innovation. As the only cuisine that has been named part of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO, Mexican food is as vibrant and exciting as the country's culture. In recent years, Mexican mixologists have also brought a deluge of beautifully crafted cocktails to its dining scene. So before our meal, why not enjoy some fine drinks to get our stomachs and taste buds ready? Because Mexico and the US are neighbors, Mexican cultural influence can be found all over the US. And because of this, you can find really good Mexican food. Whether it's in California, right beside Mexico, or in New York City, where I lived for many years. I remember literally every other block you can find these really nice Mexican restaurants. And as a student, for a few bucks, you can get a really delicious and hearty meal.
Yes, Mexican cuisine is complex and unique because it's packed full of flavor, fresh ingredients, and has a rich fusion of history. And you know, I love tacos, but even I know that Mexican food is more than just tacos.
I would say like Mexican flavors, it has a lot of influence from different cultures. So we have like very different flavors. Through the techniques, we can use local ingredients to have like a great Mexican cuisine. Actually, beetroot is a very common ingredient in Mexico. And the ceviche is a very traditional dish. Mainly we use fish or seafood in our ceviches. But in this case, I wanted to try a different approach with a vegetarian option. Our melted cheese dish is called, in Spanish, is queso fundido. We eat it a lot in taquerias that are our tacos restaurants in Mexico. We're gonna make it a little bit of a softer texture so we can try it with the Mexican tortilla chips. We call them totopos, and it's like a dipping sauce, and we can add vegetables or maybe chorizo too.
Ceviche is a South American seafood dish where citrus juices are used to cure fresh, raw seafood. In today's version, the chef has borrowed techniques from ceviche to use orange juice to prepare some beetroot and other herbs and vegetables. Delicious and very perfect for summer. What's your dish like?
Now, I had the queso fundido. In English, this means melted cheese. It has an amazing flavor, a very satisfying stringy texture when it's melted, and paired with corn tortilla chips or corn tortillas, it's a great starter.
In Mexico, we have a lot of different kinds of tacos. Here I will try to show you two of the most famous. For example, the taco al pastor is a braised pork taco. We took the shawarma style and we do it with pork and with achiote marination. It's a Mexican ingredient too. And that taco is mainly from Mexico City. It's like a street food from Mexico City. And then the other one, the one that is the fish taco, it's called Baja tacos. It's called Baja because they are from Baja California. Actually, that one has a lot of Asian influence because, for example, we use the traditional tempura recipe to make the tempura fish in a taco, and we add some more Mexican ingredients to give that like Mexican touch. Our red snapper recipe is called a la veracruzana. This recipe especially has a lot of Spanish influence. We use olives and capers, olive oil also, and that's like one of the most traditional recipes in Mexico that we can see the actual Spanish influence in our kitchen.
I don't know, Lena, maybe it's an age thing, but I find after every meal these days, I need something sweet.
Right, but if you ask me, I can't really think of any authentic Mexican desserts.
What? Churros!
As you know, we were a Spanish colony before. The churros are Portuguese and Spanish. but we adapted it in Mexico. For example, we use brown sugar and cinnamon to spice our fried churros, and it's very popular to drink hot chocolate or coffee with our churros. Right now, we're using the churros with a chocolate whipped cream. It can be like if you were dipping your churro in a hot chocolate.
Food is always an interesting topic because not only is it an enjoyable social activity, but it can also let you think about what do you have in common with people because it can tie into your cultural identity.
Well, recipes get passed on from generation to generation, and as a result, later generations or people from different corners of the earth can try foods from around the world. That's pretty cool if you think about it, because the food we're tasting today might be from a recipe from thousands of years ago. I would say that is cultural preservation at its finest. The parenting experience is amazing and not easy at all. I can tell you firsthand that the physical and emotional pressures of parenting are real. As a new dad myself, I can tell you parents always have a million questions. Why? Because we want the best for our children. Today, we're going to be talking with somebody who knows a thing or two about the well-being of babies. Isabel, when it comes to the well-being of babies, what do you think is the most important thing?
What is very important, I believe, is the comfort, but not only the comfort for the baby, but the comfort for the parents. Meaning that you have to make things easy, fast and simple, because to be a parent is very frustrating. The more the life of the parents will be simplified, and it will be more simplified for the baby also, and they will just spend more time bonding together and being together.
Nowadays, it seems parents rely a lot on technology. What's your take on that?
Technology for technology is useless, I believe. Technology for really making the life more simple to parents and make things more easy, yes, sure, of course, we want that. If you add too much features and too much elements inside the products, I trust you're just losing the essence of what you need it for.
Products for babies and adults are obviously very different. Can you point out some of the key differences, and why is it important to let babies use baby products and not the adult ones?
Well, I mean, first they are growing, so obviously you have to adapt every product to their evolution, because their motricity is not the same as adult. So again, to avoid frustration, you have to make it easy for them. So spoons have to be ergonomic for them, so they can catch it easily and hold it to their mouth. Materials are to be super soft. It's going to be gentle on their gums, and it doesn't hurt them, or it's not too cold. Also, they have motricity again, like they've got these movements that they're going to get excited about something. So you have to, of course, get a plate which suction to the table to make sure the baby doesn't remove it. So yes, ergonomy adapted to the motricity and materials, very important, and durability also.
Now, as a parent myself, I know that introducing babies to solids can be challenging and scary.
Yeah.
Any tips you can give our audience?
Introduce your baby into solids. The most challenging thing is that you're going direct from milk, 100% milk food that the baby is taking, to solid food. So the stomach is not prepared for solid food. So to make it easier for the body to digest, you have to make sure you prepare the right texture for the baby, and you introduce ingredients at the right rhythm. You cannot introduce everything at the same time.
Well, ready-made baby food is so convenient, but you're obviously a proponent of homemade baby food.
Yes.
What are the benefits?
The most important thing about the homemade baby food, I was saying, I think you have the best nutrients and vitamins. You control what you buy at the supermarket, so you know the quality of the vegetables and the fruits you're buying. Enjoying this moment with the baby also, it's all about bonding. When you make your own baby food and you give it to your baby, you enjoy even more that your baby is eating it, because you made it yourself and it's delicious.
It goes without saying that every parent wants the best for their child. Sometimes that can create a kind of pressure. That's why it's good to have some really useful tips. What Isabel taught me today is that at different stages of their development, children have to eat different textures of food, but actually it's very easy to make nutritious and delicious baby food on your own. I can tell you that your baby is going to turn your world upside down for many months, but when you see them sleeping or the joy in their face, it's all worth it.
After the break, experience the joy of baking. And see how artists around the world give waste a second life.
Have you ever heard a saying that goes, waste is not waste until we waste it? I think this is very meaningful, especially when we're living in a throwaway society.
Definitely. Our current throwaway culture and our consumption habits are contributing to the waste and the ultimate climate crisis. The truth is, many of the things that we throw away can actually be recycled and become useful things.
Right, besides turning garbages into something useful, we can also transform them into something meaningful.
Plastic pollution has become one of the most pressing environmental issues of our times. As a pioneer in eco-friendly design in fashion and home decor, Rosanna Orlandi once said, "Plastic is not the problem. In our daily lives, there are plastics everywhere. What we need to change is the way we treat plastic." There are wiser and more innovative ways to reuse plastic, for example, turning it into art. This statue has a connection to environmental protection issues because of the color green. Made with scraps from industrial processing, the statue reminds us that no plastic would end up in the environment if all used plastic were recycled and reused as virgin material. Lost and abandoned fishing gear, which is deadly to marine life, makes up the majority of large plastic pollution in the oceans. By creating these nets in different colors, the artist hopes to remind us of its lasting damage to the oceans. Nets for various grocery goods are plastic and can pose a threat to wildlife for years, ensnaring everything from small fish to seabirds and even whales. This precious plastic wall is an eye-catcher and highlights the magic of turning one person's trash into another person's treasure. Created from recycled plastics collected from beaches, rivers, and seas, these colorful bricks are a practical and beautiful transformation of garbage. Increasing attention has been brought to the negative impact that the fast fashion industry is responsible for, and people have been exploring ways to promote sustainability in the fashion world. With the same quality of comparable fashion pieces, this diaper dress made with recycled polyester is an example of drastically transforming garments without compromising aesthetics.
Plastic plays an important role in modern society, from single-use plastic utensils to plastic bottles to plastic bags. All these things create a lot of convenience in our lives. But convenience comes at a price, and plastic is creating a lot of waste and destroying our environment.
There are many ways to raise awareness of environmental issues. Creating inspiring works of art is one of those. Upcycled artwork not only help future generations to embrace sustainability, but also showcase value in existing waste.
There are a lot of ways to handle waste. Unlike traditional recycling, upcycling waste can inspire to find new meaning. With a little imagination, it's possible to turn what was once waste into something of greater value. This wire table, using abandoned plastic pipes as decoration, is an incredible example of how upcycling can create a wide range of works. This iconic and playful modern daybed is entirely composed of recycled materials. With a dense inner body of the seat, which is sourced from recycled padding from discarded production, this daybed not only treats users to a feeling of beach and sunshine, but also reminds us of the saying that waste is not trash, but a precious resource. Cardboard furniture is not a new idea. It can be very useful in certain situations and in a lot of different ways. Through a special process, cartons are made into a component of a hard particle board and ultimately turned into different monumental furniture pieces like this one, which double as art. Humans can create beauty on one hand and destroy our planet on the other. So don't forget about the global plastic pollution crisis. As citizens of this planet, we all have a responsibility to protect our environment and maintain a sustainable way of life.
The idea of curating waste into art pieces is actually very creative. If you look closely at each art piece, you can actually appreciate all the intricate details. My favorite would be the man figure that's completely wrapped with tin food packaging. I actually think it's quite cute.
Apart from being aesthetically pleasing, some art pieces even have practical uses. I hope what we have seen here can let people learn about the sustainability and maintain an eco-friendly city.
That's all the time we have for this week's episode. If you enjoy what we've introduced and want to find out more, simply check out our program website. In the coming weeks, continue our sweet journey. Delve into Hong Kong's vibrant dining scene, stay on top of the latest happenings in town, connect with inspiring people from different backgrounds, and look after your well-being. Be sure to tune in again next time. See ya!